At Yellow Hat Inspections, we don't just inspect, we inspect and verify. You get a video of the entire inspection from start to finish. You can see what we did, what we found. It gives you an opportunity to find out as much as you can about the property. As well as a fibre optic sewer cam, we have infrared cameras, digital zip levels to measure the foundation, and other tools like gas detectors that enable us to ensure that you're buying a safe property. And finally, all our inspectors are either engineers or architects. We have a fundamental understanding of the science of buildings, far more than your average inspector. So when you're looking to buy a house and make that major investment, think about Yellow Hat Inspections. Call us on 972 832 3460 or visit us on the web at yellowhatinspections.com. Foundation inspection. We're standing at the right elevation of the property, and what we can see here is the grade wall. The grade wall actually goes down into the ground quite deep, about a yard, a metre or so, maybe more. Depends on how the engineer designed it. And it supports the whole of the foundation right around the edge. This grade wall should actually have the grade coming up to about 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches from the brick line, which is here. So, continuing now to the rear elevation. So we're now at the rear elevation. The grade is a little bit better. You can see it's coming up near to the brick line. The left elevation is good. We move to the front elevation. And in this area here, we've got the foundation is nicely covered, got it coming up, but we've got an area here where water could pool, and we're going to have a discussion about this when we do the grade inspection. We've got an extension on the downpipe. It's going to take the water away from this area here and move it onto the drive, which is great. However, this one here doesn't have one. They're very simple to fix. You can either get to the metal type, they actually have hinges and they hinge up again, or you can get a plastic type. You can get them from Home Depot and they will extend it out here, and it'll be a great way of preventing water gathering in this area. So we're now at the front elevation by the garage. Here's an example of what happens when you have uncontrolled flow. From the gutter downpipe here, the water's coming out and it's eroding the grade. This is going to continue. What you need to do is put an extension on here, move it away from the foundation, recover this up. You can see the soaker hoses have been exposed. Recover it up. By putting the extension on, the extension has a wider outlet and mouth, and it allows the water to slow down, because it's going to run slower, spread out, and then just drain naturally onto the grade. We're at the front right elevation. Now here we've got some exposure of the foundation which was originally below the grade. You can see here where it's there and there, and that needs to be rebuilt up because okay. No, all of those you want to extend. I don't like these splash box. They do them in the wrong way. Actually, it should be turned around the other way, and all the builders say no, this is the way it should be. What you need are extensions. You know, it's the best way to do it. They just do these. They're $2 a penny, these things, whereas the extensions are about $5 or $6. You can buy them cheaply from Home Depot, and they work a treat. You go online, you can get a fabric. It's got a spring in it. It rolls up when it's dry. As soon as the water comes down, it rolls out. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool because your landscaper isn't going to cut it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You see?
I like that.
And you just search online. So here we are at the right-hand elevation, and we've got a wall. It's a retaining wall, and there's a piece of the stone blockwork that's missing from here. It's obviously fallen away. No telling where it is, but it needs to be replaced. So continuing looking at the grade, good grading on the right hand side, nice slope away. Got drainage, which is what we want here at the front, and we've got some utilities, good drainage up here. You've got your clear outs here, and now we're going to move to the left elevation. We've got drainage here. This is the swale along here, up against the retaining wall. Real elevation, again, it's got good drainage, and it slopes away nicely at the back of the building here. I'm standing at the rear elevation of the property, and in this area here we've got some shingles that have been damaged. Mechanical damage probably done during the building. There's some debris on the roof here, nails that could cause more damage, and there's some damage around here to the shingles. When was this house built? Okay. I think you probably need a roof specialist up here. I cannot tell you it's got hail damage. Okay. But there's mechanical kinetic damage up here. Fun? Absolutely. Got it in one. Yeah. So on the roof there's signs of mechanical damage. I'm not quite sure whether it's compromised the roof. It looks like it's had some sort of kinetic damage. I can see dings in different places. It may just be a poor installation. There's no sign of damage to the vents, and that's normally quite an obvious place that we see damage. This is the combustion air vent for the fire. That should be at the level of the firebox, not up here. That's a requirement of the installer, the manufacturers, not the installers. They put it up here because it's convenient.
Yes, it's to give you access to the chimney here. And it's good we've got access, because often I don't. And what we've got is a fire blocker, and the fire blocker has been incorrectly installed, and there's air gaps around it. So if a fire starts in the chase below, it can very quickly jump to the attic and then the rest of the house. So that fire blocker needs to be installed much better than it is at the moment. We're in the upper attic. We have a radiant barrier, service boards, collar ties, yep. It's purling. It's okay, it's braced. Yep, yeah, when we come up, we'll come up here and look at that, and I'll tell you all about that in detail. I do everything in single steps, so if I'm doing the attic, I just do the structure. The principle being the attic over the double garage, and we have here and here Romex cables over service boards, and they've got to be protected. Left as they are there, they could have items stored on them, somebody could tread on them, over time that will cause damage and perhaps a short circuit. It's looking good. I'm trying to gain access to the attic over the garage and I can't get through there. However, that's not the point. The most important point here is that this sheetrock and arrangement isn't adequate for fireproofing the attic. The attic needs to have a better seal. Sheetrock in the garage is 5/16 of an inch. It's thicker than the normal sheetrock, and it allows the fire, if it does occur in here, to be held back. These penetrations need to be sealed to stop gasoline fumes getting into the attic, which could then lead to a fire. So I recommend a different arrangement there and sealing it. In the attic over the small single car garage. I'm observing the roof from the road, and what I can see is a flue, and the flue is very close to the vents, the roof vents. It should actually be over 3 foot above that. In addition, that flue is too short for the pitch of the roof. So there's two things wrong with it, both of which mean it should be extended up, it should be taller. This is wall window inspection on the house, the exterior. Okay, you can see here we've got a little bit of a hole in the caulking. It's going to allow water in. There's kick out flashing missing from here. What that would mean is water's going to cascade down the roof it won't always go straight into the gutter. It's going to overflow down this wall and get on the windows and the caulking around that area there. It could cause a leak, so I recommend a diverter or some kick-out flashing there to stop that happening. Again, kick-out flashing in this area here. I just noticed up here we've got 2 nails penetrating the roof. It's going to rust and then there'll be a leak. Again, kick out flashing in this area here. Kick out flashing here. And up here, right here by the gutter, there's a hole. This is the walking attic at the right hand rear elevation. We have insulation, depth of 11 inches. This is incorrect installation of the door. Here you can see we've got caulking and it's actually touching the stonework. There should be a gap here, it should be undercut so that the ground doesn't touch the wood. Now you can see already early stages of water penetration. The stairs inspection. Balustrades have all got to be tight. Thing's got to be solid, which it is, and we've got to have 4-inch gap, which we've got. All good. Here's a gas fire, isolation valve, set up for log fires. Well, in here we're going to have a damper. There's the damper there, and somewhere around it's going to be damper control. Alright. inspection. Here we are at the meter. Okay, we have a ground going through, but I can't identify exactly where that ground is. Can't come to the grounding bar. I'm probing for it. Aha, what have I got here? Nope, that's just the soaker system. So can't find the grounding bar. Installation here is looking good. Let's go and have a look at the panel itself. This is the main panel. What we have here is a bonded ground and neutral, and in here we have an unbonded ground and neutral, which is correct. Arc fault detectors, arc fault detectors. It's the water heater inspection. You want to do that once a year. Cleans them. Makes them last a lot longer. That's good. Yeah, make sure water's coming out. How you do when they do it? Does it come out like in the wall? Yeah, that's good. This is a master tub and we're missing corking around this edge here. That's all going to be corked, otherwise water splashing on here is going to get underneath. The gutter over the porch at the rear elevation is sloping back towards the wall. Here's the downpipe and I have concerns that it will not drain.
At Yellow Hat's inspections, we don't just inspect, we inspect and verify. You get a video of the entire inspection from start to finish. You can see what we did, what we found. It gives you an opportunity to find out as much as you can about the property. As well as a fibre optic sewer cam, we have infrared cameras, digital ZEP levels to measure the foundation, and other tools like gas detectors that enable us to ensure that you're buying a safe property. And finally, all our inspectors are either engineers or architects. We have a fundamental understanding of the science of buildings, far more than your average inspector. So when you're looking to buy a house and make that major investment, think about Yellow Hat Inspections. Call us on 972 832 3460 or visit us on the web at yellowhatinspections.com.